so I decided to change it up a little bit. Instead of filming in the garage, I wanted to come in the backyard, get some natural lighting. But this is the 300zx project / update video. So what's the idea of the video? Well, I kind of just wanted to do a video on the car, just kind of announcing that I'm going to be doing project build on it. Been building it. So just kind of give you guys that don't know about the car that I have it, because most of my channel is about the Camaro, and that's usually what I do. So, but I do have that other car, so I decided to go ahead and make a video on it because I'm going to be spending some money on it, focusing on it, and sharing with you guys the build and filming it. So hopefully generate some interest in people that are into 300zx's, who may own them or who just like JDM. So first off, I've had the car for a little over a year now. Bought it in Illinois, towed it down here, ended up buying it, bringing it down here. Supposed to only needed a motor. The motor was supposed to be locked up, which it was. And the trans was good. Unfortunately, the trans was not good. I ended up putting a motor in it. The trans was bad. So my mother ended up buying me, as a gift, just out of nowhere, decided to give me trans. Bought me a trans, gave me the money to buy a trans. Found one on eBay, got it shipped from Alabama. Put it in, and the car was running. But the car had been sitting for 10 years. The guy bought it, from a tow company, and it had been sitting for 10 years in his backyard, and he didn't do anything with it. So there's a lot of work that needed to be done. This is almost a restoration build, but I'm really cheap, so it's a budget restoration. Got the trans replaced and everything probably back in February. I didn't really do any updates or record anything on it because I had other stuff going. School was kind of hectic, so. But yeah, it was running then, drivable, but the brakes were kind of off. So, for a few months, since then, I've just been tinkering with it, doing little things. The one thing I did was completely do away with the old air intake system and put just cold air intake on it from eBay. Nothing expensive, because I opened up the air box and there was acorns and leaves and everything. It was filthy. It was nasty. Put that in there. I took that out, got rid of all of that, put a cold air intake on it. It was running really funny. It would kind of die sometimes, and the idle was just jumping. So I decided to change the mass airflow sensor, which completely cured the car of all its ailments as far as idling and everything. So I put a new mass airflow sensor on it, a used OEM mass airflow sensor, and that fixed a lot of the problems. Other than that, the only thing I've done, the brakes were an issue. So I just got the brakes fixed. There was a leak from the old battery that was in there. Battery acid leaked on the hard metal brake lines and actually corroded it and opened it up. So every time you hit brakes hard, brake fluid would spew out everywhere and hit the headers. The motor that I got came with shorty headers, and hit the headers and it would burn off, cause all this smoke. That's how we were able to kind of detect and figure out what the problem was, how air was getting into the system. So after that was done, that's been probably about 2 weeks ago now, I bled the brakes completely, flushed it completely with new fluid. So there's new fluid in the brake system. The brakes are working wonders. Those are the same pads that are still on there right now. So those are well over 10-year-old pads. They may be even older than that, but they got a lot of meat on them. So that's why I haven't changed them yet. But eventually, probably within the next couple of months, I'm going to be, pretty much just refreshing everything. So new rotors. I'm going to go with slotted rotors. New brake pads. Some performance-oriented type stuff. The only thing I've done performance-wise is cold air intake, which, kind of woke it up a little bit. Here's some intake noise now. But probably next on the list would be suspension mods. There's a little bit of rust on the car. It's a northern car. So, maybe looking at getting that fixed. But coilovers is definitely what the route I want to go. I don't want to just put springs on those old struts that are on there. I want to just get coilovers. And keep in mind, guys, this is a real deal budget build. So, I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg. Keep in mind also that I'm trying to, in tandem, work on my Camaro. So build it, and the whole purpose of me getting this car was not only to have fun with it. I love 300zx's, I fell in love with them, but to have another car that I could go to outside of the Camaro. I had a Mustang before. I got rid of that. I got my motorcycle now, and I can't drive the bike year-round. I need something else. So the 300zx, it was that option, and now it is daily worthy. It is registered, it is titled, Everything is legit. I drive it to school now. I've driven it maybe 2 weeks now to school, and it hasn't given me any problems. It's ready to go. It needs air. As far as there's an AC line that's broken. I have to get that replaced. But I'm not really rushing it because it's about to be November. So it's about to get cold. So I'll get that done throughout the winter in time for next summer. But yeah. So it's a build. I kind of wanted to generate some content for it. 300zx. There's some content on YouTube for it now that I've been searching. Comes to my feed all the time now. But there's not a ton. So I decided, this would be good to film. I'm going to be building this car, and get like-minded individuals who are into, these kind of cars or own them, or, JDM, or whatever you got. If you got any input, comment, give me some suggestions, things I can do to make the car better. So right now, the build list consists of, getting coilovers, working with the suspension, getting the suspension right. I'm going to change the steering wheel to an NRG, and I'm going to go with a quick release hub setup. It's going to be a white steering wheel, nothing too extravagant. I was really like gung-ho on changing the seats, but I'm really kind of liking the seats. They feel really good. It's got good side bolstering. They hold me in pretty well. Well, the driver needs to be reupholstered. There's, it's been damaged on the side, so that was the only reason I was going to just completely replace the seats because of that. But they feel really good, so I don't know. I may just get them reupholstered. But the wheel, some suspension work, maybe some sway bars or something like that, and that's it for the immediate within the next month or two is what's going to be happening. And we're going to go with rims, tires. I want to get a little bit more power out of it, so there's always the option of boosting the car, but the only options I can see would be to make it a twin turbo, which I'm not necessarily for. I'd rather just put some nitrous on it, and when it blows, pull that out of there and go with something else. So since we hit that, the major things that I want to happen with this car, for one, being it's an automatic, there must be a swap to 5-speed. I'm going to swap it. I'm going to get a 5-speed trans out of a 300zx and swap it to that. That's a necessity. So I'm looking right now at transes. Even though I just put this trans in, it's going to come out. I'm going to swap it to a 5-speed. So if you guys are interested in that, maybe want to see that, I'm going to be doing that. And the other big swap, if this motor goes out, I'm not going to prematurely take it out before it goes out. So as long as it lasts, it's going to stay in there. But if it goes out, because I'm not saying that they're not any good, but there's a lot of maintenance that needs to be done. I'm really considering going 5.3 LS base motor or LS1 5.7 if I could find one decently priced. I know some guys aren't gonna like that, but there's a guy on YouTube, Jimmy Oaks. He's pretty popular, doing his TT 300zx to a LS1, so he's doing a damn good job on it. And I'm kind of interested in it, so I'm deciding that if that motor goes out, I'm either going to go that, or I'm going to maybe take that dude in blue route and go 2JZ. Now that's of course if the money's right. The money's got to be flowing right for me to be able to afford one of those and refresh it and put it in and make sure that everything works. So those are my two options as far as that. But as the car sits, it will go 5-speed. We will put coilovers, lower it a tad bit, rims and tires. Maybe nitrous. I'm really leaning towards nitrous right now. I really am. I know some people are like, no, don't do that, but whatever, dude. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I want this thing to make a little bit of power. It don't have to be as fast because my flat-out race car build is going to be the Camaro. So I'm trying to build both of them at the same time and kind of delegating cash the right way. As the same with, I'm trying to do a little something to my bike, my motorcycle. I want to stretch it and do some other things, but those are pretty much the plans right now for the 300zx. So there's going to be content coming out, me doing stuff to it here and there, probably more frequent than the Camaro right now. So the Camaro is sitting. The Camaro's next thing is cam, and so we'll get to that. That's going to take time. So, but it's winter time, so these are winter mods. So I'm going to be doing this during the winter. So hopefully by spring she'll be cammed. The 300zx will have coilovers and rims and tires and all of that. So if you guys are interested in 300zx's, JDM, whatever, I think they're beautiful cars, 240s, stuff like that. Definitely subscribe to the channel comment, share it with your friends. That's it, guys. Catch you next time.